Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, as we kicked off the new year and new January season, it was two newcomers in the final round, Escalade taking on Rammy Nation. However, Daniel Chichagach and the Dodge-powered Rammy Nation took home his first Thursday Night Thunder championship, knocking off Escalade. The Dodge camp's ready to play here tonight. Can they hold on to that checkered flag as we go into week 2? We find out next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of Thursday Night Thunder. If you're new here, be sure to crush that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and stay up to date with what everything MTA has to offer. Rammy Nation is the truck to beat here tonight, and we've got a mix of newcomers and old-time veterans like normal, but the newcomers outweigh the veterans here tonight, and they are hungry, and they want their first Thunder championship, and they want to take out anybody in their path. There you see Carolina Crusher, Taz, Spider-Man. They're all locked in, ready to go. The fans are going to the stands. Rammy Nation is out for battle here tonight to hang on to that checkered flag. We're kicking off round 1 action, and up first, Superman's going to take on Little Miss Dangerous. Then we're going to see Crustacean take on the Wild Hair Chevrolet, followed by Gas Monkey Garage taking on that Mean Cat Prowler. And closing out the first half of round 1, we're going to see Spider-Man take on the Lucas Oil Crusader. Over on the other side of the bracket, Rammy Nation draws Kraken here in round 1 to defend that flag. Now up first, Savannah Zilligy, Little Miss Dangerous coming to the line. That beautiful 1941 Willie's ready to go. Connor Legit ready to go in the next lane. He's rocking and rolling in Superman, a former one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. He's looking for number 2 here tonight, but Savannah Zilligy seems to have Little Miss Dangerous dialed in after qualifying. Who's going to round 2 now? As we go green off the line, they go. They're pretty much even to the first jump, up and over the cars. It's close, and Superman pulls a wheelie over there in the far lane, and Little Miss Dangerous will capitalize and get the win over the Ford there in that far lane. Let's go back down now and check out our MTA replay. Both these drivers cut a great light coming down the straight stretch. Watch right here as they go up and over the first jump. There's a small runway leading up to that first jump, up and over no man's land. Superman clears the gap, hits the first stack of cars there, puts it on the rear end, and Little Miss Dangerous gathers up the round 1 win. Next up in round 1, Louis Giovanni's put on a clinic last week. The Monster Lobster Crustacean coming back to the line, ready now to take on Ethan Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet. You see his credentials up there on his card. He's looking to claim his first Thursday Night Thunder championship in the Wild Hair Chevrolet, much like his dad did right here on the MTA circuit. But he's got to knock off Crustacean here in the near lane. Can he do it? Chevrolet taking on the Lobster. Green light goes down now. Crustacean pulling a lead on the Wild Hair. In trouble, coming back. Doesn't have enough, and Crustacean turns it over. Louis Giovanni's looked like he had to stab the brakes there in the shutdown area before he hit that next obstacle. Turned it over. We'll have word with them guys later on. Crustacean is your winner over the Wild Hair. Next up in round 1, Jason Craddock, the former 3-time Thunder champion. Gas Monkey Garage coming to the line to take on the Crazy Cat himself. Jason walking the Prowler machine, a former 2-time Thunder champion in his own right. He's ready to rock and roll in that far lane. Jason Craddock came into this event as champion. He wants to walk away with victory number 4. Can he knock off Prowler as we go green? Down the Prowler got a lead on him. Gas Monkey coming back. What a right over the cars. Jason Craddock pulls the trigger over no man's land. He pulled it out in the end, no less, but Prowler on the trailer. Jason Craddock is gunning for that checker flag here tonight. An incredible race nonetheless, but Prowler, however, on the trailer. What a matchup that was. Next up in round 1, newcomer Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader. The brand new truck made its debut last week, much like this one. Chase Moist bringing Spider-Man to the line. 2 brand new trucks to the MTA Thursday Night Thunder scene. Chase Moist has been out here a couple of times in our bigger events. We're ready to rock and roll here in round 1. Who takes home the win? Lucas Oil and Spider-Man. Green light goes down off the line. Then goes Spider-Man trying to pull a lead on Lucas Oil over the cars. It's close all the way down to the wire, and they make contact in the shutdown area. Both these drivers letting it all hang out here in round one. We don't know who got the win just yet. We're going to go down now to our MTA photo finish. What a matchup that was by two newcomers to the scene. Looking at the finish line, your winner, Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader by inches over the Spider-Man. What a matchup that was, ladies and gentlemen. Moving right along with round one is the veteran, Aaron Church and Dragonoid, former one-time Thunder champion, ready to take on another MTA veteran, Joshua Wells, the Outlaw, former two-time Thunder champion out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. The Carolina Crusher Chevrolet in that far lane. Kenny knockoff Dragonoid in round one. Both trucks are staged now as we get set for green now down the straight stretch. Crusher's got a lead on Dragonoid up and over no man's lane, and both of them get into a little bit of trouble. And it came down to the wire there, ladies and gentlemen. Dragonoid got kicked off towards the Jersey wall in the near lane, and Wells was up on two wheels in the far lane. Let's go back to our MTA replay and take another look here. Off the line, Wells got him there making a sandwich off the line. Carolina Crusher almost a truck length lead. Watch right here, Dragonoid trying to make up the ground, gets kicked over to the inside wall. Watch Carolina Crusher in the far lane, brings it back around and picks up the win by a tire length. Two veterans throwing it down, but Wells got the better of that matchup. Crusher moves on to round two. Next up, his son, Carson Wells, the Devastator Chevrolet. He ran top-notch last week in a close shootout, and he lost out by inches. Now set to take on newcomer Mike Council, the Taz machine over here in the near lane. The brand new truck making its debut this January season. Taz used to run out here on the circuit before. It's great to see it back, ready to go in the near lane. Kenny knockoff Devastator in round one down the straight stretch that goes there pretty much even up and over the first stagger. Cars is close and Wells pulls it out down there in the far lane. He brought the truck back down. I don't know if it was enough to get the win over Taz. Both trucks coming across the finish line with identical times. I'm not sure from up here in the booth. What a great race by both drivers. We're going back down now to our MTA replay. Watch right here. They cut a great light down the straight stretch. They're trying to keep up the momentum to hit that first little straight stretch before the first jump right here. Taz with a slight lead going up and over no man's land. Watch the far lane. Carson Wells with an incredible save. Keeps the throttle in it and brings it back down. Nonetheless, Taz is your winner. Mike Council moves on into round two competition. Next up in round one, a veteran in his own right, Joey Andrews out of Hagerstown, Maryland, bringing in the new Black Stallion to January here on Thunder. He's now set to take on last week's finalist, Jeremy Hiles. That kid made a lot of fans last week. A lot of people are digging the Escalade machine, ready to go here in the near lane. Kenny knockoff the veteran, Joey Andrews and Black Stallion in the far lane. Ford versus Escalade now down the straight stretch. Black Stallion with the lead. Escalade coming back on the wall. Look out, Black Stallion's over. And Escalade's into the wall. These drivers tonight are letting it all hang out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have the words. I've never seen racing like this on Thunder before. They are throwing down here tonight in week 2 of the January season. Watch back at the replay here. Black Stallion pulling out a slight lead on Escalade down that straight stretch. But watch as they go up and over no man's land. Andrews goes to the inside towards the buses. Look at him on two wheels there. He tried to save it. Hits the tires in the shutdown area and turned him over. Escalade is your winner. What a ride by Andrews and Black Stallion. Next up is another newcomer, Noah Fuller, the brand new Kraken machine. And boy, does he got his hands full, because here comes Daniel Chicha-Gosh, the Dodge-powered Rammy Nation, ready to go, and your current Thursday Night Thunder champion. Will he be able to hold on that flag going into round 2, or is Kraken going to step up and take it away? Green light goes down. Now they're dead even down the straight, slightly to Kraken over the car from the Dodge. Coming back on him in the end. I'm not sure who got the win yet again. What an incredible race here. These drivers are throwing it down. Cheech there got shut down by the wall by the tech officials. Let's go down now to our MTA replay. Look at him right here. Kraken got him off the line. Rammy Nation trying to play catch up as they go to the first jump. Watch as they go now into the first jump over no man's land. Rammy Nation pulling the trigger, and it's not by much, but the Dodge camp gets the win over Kraken. The flag stays with Rammy Nation going into round 2. Going down to the pits, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of storyline. We saw Louis Giovanese and Cross Station roll the truck over in round 1. Looks like they locked up a brake rotor. They got it fixed. They're getting the truck back and ready for round 2 action, taking away some of the fiberglass on the truck so he'll be back and be able to see out of that windshield, ladies and gentlemen. But Louis Giovanese turning the truck over in round 1. The crew's got him back, so we get ready for round 2 competition in week 2 of the January season. And looking at our matchups, Little Miss Dangerous will take on Crustacean, who we just saw in the pits. Then we're going to see Gas Monkey take on the Lucas Oil Crusader. Over on the other side of the bracket, Carolina Crusher, the veteran, will take on Taz and the newcomer. And look at the final matchup, a rematch from last week's final. Escalade takes on Ramy Nation. That ought to be a dandy, ladies and gentlemen. But up first, Savannah Zilligy looked bad fast in round one, bringing Little Miss Dangerous to the line. Louis Giovanise at Crustacean, again, we just saw him in the pits. The crew got him back together after that round one rollover. He's got the Monster Lobster stage over there in the far lane, but Savannah Zilligy isn't cutting any slack for anybody. She wants to put that 41 Willies in the winner's circle. Green light goes down, and Little Miss Dangerous with a slight lead now over the cars. It's close, but Savannah Zilligy pulls it out. Crustacean was right there with her, but didn't have enough, and the 41 Willies and Little Miss Dangerous moves on to semifinals. Next up in round two, we've got none other than newcomer on the block, Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader, gets the task of taking on Jason Craddock, who has been very impressive in that brand new Gas Monkey truck which debuted at the start of the December season last year. He's got it dialed in, ready to take on newcomer Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader, over here in the near lane, who meets Little Miss Dangerous in semifinals. Both trucks stage at the line. Green light goes down now slightly to Jason Craddock. Gas Monkey in the far lane. Crusader coming back. Doesn't have enough. They get tangled up down there in the shutdown area, but Gas Monkey is your winner over the Lucas Oil Crusader here in round two competition. A nice run there for Gas Monkey Garage. Next up in round two competition, Mike Council brings the Taz machine to the line to take on the veteran, Josh Wells. Carolina Crusher ready to go now. The Chevrolet out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. He hasn't been seen too much in the last 6 months or so on Thunder. Great to see him back here. The Outlaw ready to go in the near lane. Can Mike Council, new kid on the block, take out the veteran Carolina Crusher? You're going to find out. Green light goes down now off the line. They're steadily even down the stretch over the car. Taz in trouble. And Carolina Crusher gets the win. Wells turned it into the wall there. Shouldn't have hurt the truck too bad, but what about Mike Council in that far lane? Going end over end, not too sure what happened to the Taz machine. Let's go down now to our replay. Off the line, they look fairly even from the start. Down the straight stretch, they're getting a lot of speed now here to the first jump. Carolina Crusher with a slight lead up and over the first jump. Taz noses over hard, hits the first stack of cars and flipped it end over end, giving the win to Carolina Crusher. What a matchup it was, but now it's time to defend the checkered flag. It's a rematch from last week in the finals. Jeremy Hiles, new kid on the block, Escalade, ready to go against the man who took him out last week, Daniel Teacher Gosh, the Dodge-powered Ramy Nation, now a one-time Thunder champion and current champion. He's trying to hold on to that checkered flag, but the kid over there in that far lane has a little bit of redemption he wants to get here tonight after last week's final rollover against the Ramy Nation machine. Here we go now, Escalade and Ramy Nation. Green light goes down. Escalade's got a lead on him. The Dodge trying to come back on the car. It's close. What a race down there, and they almost make contact in the shutdown area, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup here in round two. The flag on the line. Jeremy Hiles not letting Cheech get any slack here tonight. Let's go down to our MTA replay. Off the line, Escalade and Jeremy Hiles start to get the Dodge off the line, but Ramy Nation knows he's in trouble trying to hang on to the flag. Look at the big bad Dodge fly now over the cars right at the finish line. Cheech will get the win in Ramy Nation by inches over the Escalade here in round two competition. And ladies and gentlemen, these trucks are throwing it down here in the January season. And I kid you not, these races can't get much closer as we move forward in the semifinals. And speaking of semis, they're up next. But first, if you want to learn how to get into one of these MTA Diecast races, listen up, because we're about to tell you just how to sign up for one of these MTA events. What's going on, MTA fans? If you're looking to get in on the action right here on the MTA YouTube channel, look no further. I'm about to tell you guys just how you can sign up to get in one of these races. Head over to the link in our description, and that's going to take you right over to our Facebook page where we hold registration for all of the MTA events. And hey, while you're there, crush that subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with everything that MTA is doing. From new custom truck builds to special events and giveaways, you don't want to miss any of the great action MTA has to offer. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll catch you guys down the road. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night Thunder, week 2 of the January season. We started with 16 trucks. We're now down to 4. Little Miss Dangerous is going to be taking on Gas Monkey Garage, a matchup which should be a dandy. Both trucks are running strong here tonight. Then on the other side of the bracket, Carolina Crusher and Josh Wells gets a crack at Cheech and Rammy Nation for the checkered flag and semis. And up first to the line, Savannah Zilligy, Little Miss Dangerous looking strong all night. However, Jason Craddock, Gas Monkey Garage, the former 3-time Thunder champion, he has been bad fast all night long. These two trucks want it bad. Who's going on to the finals in week 2 of the January season? Gas Monkey ready to go in that far lane. He's looking for victory number 4. Little Miss Dangerous looking for number 1. Green light goes down off the line. Gas Monkey pulling a slightly Dangerous trying to come back, and it won't be enough. And Craddock is in the finals with Gas Monkey, but not for the lack of trying for Savannah Zilligy. She was on his back door the whole way down, but Gas Monkey got the horsepower down to the track. He will be in the finals. The question is, who does he meet there? Defending champion Daniel Chichagosh, Rammy Nation, the Dodge Machine coming to the line to take on the old Chevrolet out of Waynesboro, North Carolina. The outlaw Joshua Wells in the near lane, ready to rock and roll. A Dodge versus Chevrolet matchup here to close out semifinals. We know Gas Monkey's in the final round. Is he going to meet Carolina Crusher, or will it be the champion in Rammy Nation? Dodge and Chevrolet now on the line. The Chevrolet got a lead on him now, up and over the cars, and Rammy Nation coming back, turns it over. And Cheech and the Dodge Rammy Nation got himself into trouble coming across the finish line, trying to catch up to the Carolina Crusher. I'm not sure who got the racing win here in semis. All I know is Rammy Nation is upside down in the shutdown area. Let's go down now to our MTA replay. Right here off the start, Wells caught him off the light. Chevrolet in the lead with Carolina Crusher. Watch as they hit the first jump here to go over no man's land. Rammy Nation putting the horsepower down, noses over, picks up the win, but turned the truck over in the shutdown area. Couldn't gather it up. Carolina Crusher on the trailer. Rammy Nation is in the finals, but we're getting word we're down here in the pits. The crew's down here thrashing. When he went over, he knocked the left rear tire off the bead. They are on a timer to get that truck back and ready to the starting line to meet up with Gas Monkey. If they can't meet up with Gas Monkey, Carolina Crusher will get the call, so that crew is down there thrashing. We'll hopefully see them back. But ladies and gentlemen, while they're thrashing, I want to remind you guys, January 28th, revenge comes to the MTA YouTube channel. 32 trucks will be crowning one champion that night for revenge. And now we're getting word Rammy Nation's back up and running. Looks like the Rammy Nation machine's coming to the line. The Dodge team got it back together. So we're going to see Rammy Nation, the defending champion Daniel Chichagosh, take on 3-time Thunder champion Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey, who's been dialed in all night long. The truck is fast. However, we saw Cheech take the Rammy Nation to victory lane last week. He wants to hold on to that checkered flag to claim a second Thunder championship. It's a Mopar showdown here in the final round. Gas Monkey in the far lane, Rammy Nation in the near lane. The veteran takes on the rookie. Who's walking out of week 2 with that checkered flag? Ladies and gentlemen, Rammy Nation, Gas Monkey, the flag's on the line. It's showtime here on Thunder down the straight stretch. They're dead even out of the first jump, up and over the cars, and Craddock and Gas Monkey pulling out in the end. Rammy Nation got a little bobbing up over the finish line on that last set of cars. Gas Monkey pulls out the win and takes the checkered flag away from the Dodge Rammy Nation. What a race here to close out week 2 as we go down to our MTA replay. Both drivers cut a great light in the final round here on Thunder. Rammy Nation pulling a slight lead on Gas Monkey now. Watch him up and over no man's land. Rammy Nation getting a little out of shape into the inside wall, leaving the room for Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey to pull out the win here in the final round on Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey Garage, now a 4-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we jump over to the overall point standings to close out week 2 of the January season in the lower half of the bracket, Wild Hair, Black Stallion, Kraken, and Prowler, those bad boys need to start throwing it down in the January season to come up in the overall points chase. They're down in the lower half of the bracket. Jumping over to the top half with tonight's final appearance, the reigning champion Daniel Chichagosh lost out to Gas Monkey. However, he still claimed 50 points. Rammy Nation on top and number 1 with 110 points. Gas Monkey, the winner here tonight and now the current Thunder champion, holding the checker flag. Jason Craddock rounds out week 2 with 95 points. And third place belongs to Jeremy Hiles and Escalade. The kid is bringing a big game to the Thunder series. He rounds out your top 3 with 85 points. And that, my friends, will wrap up week 2 of the January season on Thursday Night Thunder. Thank y'all so much for coming out and watching these monster trucks throw it down all January season long. And thank you for being a big part of Monster Truck Attitude. If it wasn't for you guys, we definitely would have gave this up a long time ago. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. 'Cause it's about